Hello, I'm Jeffrey Ham, equity analyst for Briefing.com. Today's Friday, June 27th. Friday's record oil prices fed the dour mood on Wall Street and cast a shadow on positive consumer spending data. In turn, the major indices each closed lower, extending the week's losses. Week to date, the S&P 500 lost 2.9%, the Dow Jones Industrials Average lost 4.1%, and the Nasdaq fell 3.8%. Crude prices rallied all the way to $142.99 per barrel to set a new all-time intraday high. In the end, prices eased as oil closed slightly higher at $140.25 per barrel on the New York Mercantile Exchange. Crude prices are up more than 45% year-to-date. Financials finished the session as the worst-performing sector. The sector closed 1.3% lower, as every one of its industry components finished lower, except insurance brokers. For the week, financials lost 6.5%. Merrill Lynch grabbed its share of attention as reports indicated the firm may incur additional write-downs and may sell its stake in BlackRock. Speculation of write-downs had limited effect on shares of Merrill Lynch, given that Goldman Sachs made the same inference yesterday. On a similar note, American International Group will likely be hit with write-downs of its own, which may result in a loss, according to Bloomberg.com. On the earnings front, Accenture reported better-than-expected earnings results for its most recent fiscal quarter. The company also issued upside guidance for the coming quarter and increased its full-year outlook. That was about the extent of the day's positive earnings news, as Micron Technology and KB Home reported larger-than-expected losses for the latest quarter. According to Financial Times, InBev is making a hostile bid for Anheuser-Busch after Anheuser-Busch rejected the Belgian brewer's offer for being inadequate and contrary to shareholders' best interest. The day's primary economic release was largely overlooked. Real personal consumption expenditures data, otherwise PCE, for May were up 0.4%. April was revised upward to a 0.2% increase. In turn, the second quarter average of April and May data are 0.5% above the first quarter average, which is already a 2% annual rate of growth. Since another gain is likely in June due to spending resulting from the fiscal stimulus, this puts real PCE on track to post a 2.5% annual rate of growth in the second quarter. Recall that PCE represents approximately 70% of GDP. The University of Michigan's final consumer confidence survey for June came in at 56.4, which is a bit below expectations and last month's reading. The June reading marks a new multi-year low, and also note that the depressed survey results do not coincide with a similar drop in PCE. I'm Jeffrey Ham for Briefing.com, and thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.